everyone, and welcome to the Ignorant Intellectual on Media. Today, we have another episode of Father and Daughter Top 100 Films of All Time review. All right, so we've done 20. We're on the 21st, and it happens to be a Western. It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, directed by Sergio Leone. Came out in 1966. Stars Clint Eastwood, Eli Wallach. So Clint Eastwood is the good, Eli Wallach is the ugly, and Lee Van Cleef is the bad. All right, so basically this is a Western. It's probably Leone's greatest film. All right, although I think I like Once Upon a Time in the West better, but you know, I kind of flip back and forth. This is part of a trilogy. Well, it's not really a trilogy. There was 3 films that Clint Eastwood did with Sergio Leone, all with a you know, the same kind of character. But you know, Clint Eastwood plays pretty much the same character throughout most of his films, where he's, you know, he's a tough cop, or he's the tough cowboy, or he's the tough whoever, right? So he plays that better than anybody else in cinema. Except for maybe, well, on par with, what is his name from Death Wish? You know, the guy from Death Wish. He does a really good job as well as a tough guy. But anyway, so the film is about a bunch of gold that was robbed from a train that ended up somewhere that nobody knows where it is, and all 3 of them are looking for it, and it goes through the whole movie of Lee Van Cleef is on his own searching for it, and Clint Eastwood and Eli Wallach they're kind of partners in this scheme that they have, where Eli Wallach turns himself in for the reward that's on his head, and he's going to get hanged. Well, Clint Eastwood collects the reward, hands him over to the police or the sheriff. They're going to hang him, and then, you know, Clint Eastwood is a sharpshooter. He shoots the noose from around Eli Wallach's neck, and then they go off into the horizon, and they split the $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever it is, whatever bounty is on his head at the time, right? So, but then they sniff out that they're about this gold bullion that was robbed from a train, and they go searching for that instead, right? So it's a really, really, really good film. Leone's great at westerns. You see a lot of headshots from him. The pace is kind of slow. The music is really eerie, right? And you get all the facial expressions from all the different cowboys and people that are in the film, right? So it's like a slow shot on the face, and then it jumps to another guy's face, and then it jumps to another guy's face, and then, you know, they shoot each other, right? So so a great film. I would argue it's the greatest Western. Except for maybe Once Upon a Time in the West. So I was mentioning a trilogy. It's not really a trilogy, but there's 3 movies, main films that Sergio Leone and Clint Eastwood got together, and Sergio Leone kind of taught Clint Eastwood how to become a director. Him and Don Siegel were his 2 mentors, and then I don't know how many films Clint Eastwood has directed now. It's got to be at least 50, right? So. And some of them are Oscar winners, so he's a really good director as well as an actor. So the 3 films are the first film in the trilogy. They're not related at all. They're just 3 westerns, but you know, cinema lovers and critics kind of put them all together as a package of 3 individual movies, but starring kind of the same guy, the man with no name, they call him, Clint Eastwood, because you never know what his name is. And in this film, Eli Wallach calls him Blondie, but he doesn't really have a name, right? So this is the 3rd of the films. The first 2 are A Fistful of Dollars, and the second was for a few dollars more, and then The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So this came out in 1966. Great film, deserves to be on the top 100. I would even put it up higher. I don't know, I've watched this film at least 20 times, so I'll continue to watch it throughout my life until I'm dead. All right, what do you think of the film?
I mean, whenever I think of a Western movie, I always think of the sound like "Ta-da!" And my dad told me that it actually originated from this movie. Like, it set the tone for it.
Henry Marconi, I can't remember who the the guy who did the music, but he did a lot of Sergio Leone's films, and it's always that eerie type of do 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 do. So it's
Yeah.
famous soundtrack.
So, well, this movie was kind of directed differently to like, well, movies that I usually watch because there's a lot of really up close shots. Like it really gets in your face. Well, not my face, but like it really gets in their face. And there's like intense stares, and you can really just tell like what they're thinking without them actually having dialogue. So that was like amazing because their face just tells a lot of what they're gonna do. And the ugly Eli Wallach really deserves that name because he treated Blondie badly. Like he let him burn in the sun, and he even offered him water that he used his feet to wash in. Like that was disgusting. And overall, I think the three men, the good, the bad, and the ugly, hunting for the gold was amazing, because well, each of them need each other, but they don't trust each other. Because the ugly knows where the cemetery is, but he doesn't know what name it is. Blondie knows the name, but he doesn't know which cemetery it is. And the bad, I guess, he was kind of like he made the whole hunt possible because he was the one hunting for the guy. I don't know. I forgot his name. The guy with the gold. His name is Bill Carson.
Yeah.
Like he was the one that hunts Bill Carson. So I guess he tied it all together. And at the ending reminded me of like their old times because, like my dad mentioned, Blondie and what's his name? Ugly. I'm gonna just call him Ugly. Blondie and Ugly had this whole scheme going on where they would scam the towns by presenting Ugly to whoever was looking for him and then shooting him. Not him, shooting the rope around his neck to free him. Well, that was what happened in the end. Like, Blondie tied him up to a cross or something, and at the end, he let him go by shooting the rope. I don't know if you guys are following because I'm just kind of like rambling all around.
Really, like usually when you have a shootout or whatever, the old English way where you put your backs to each other, you each have a pistol, you walk 10 paces, you turn around and you shoot each other.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting for the ending.
That's kind of what Westerns did as well, except you were on one side of the town, the other guy was on the other side of the town, you met in the center of town, and then you shot at each other. Well, this one was cool because Sergio Leone brought three guys together, right? So it's like, how are you gonna survive a three-man shootout, right? You know what I mean? You're gonna point your gun at one and shoot, but by the time you finish shooting him, somebody's gonna shoot you, right? So it's kind of, unless you both have some sort of scheme behind and you're both gonna shoot the one guy, it's up for grabs, right? So I don't even remember how the bad guy got shot. Who shot the bad guy? Was it Clint Eastwood?
I forgot.
Anyways, Lee Van Cleef gets shot and the other two survive. So I can't remember how that went. Maybe Blondie was the quickest and shot Lee Van Cleef. And anyways, it was a weird situation. Usually it's just one guy against one guy, and it was like three guys in a circle, right? So yeah, so that was kind of interesting as well. So continue if you have anything else.
Oh well, yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, so let's see what's underneath the. Let's scratch it. All right. So film number 21 is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So let's see what's underneath it. Is it a bag of gold?
No, it's just a Blondie.
Okay, it's Clint Eastwood's shadow, the man with no name.
But is it
Although
really
his
the
name
main
is Blondie.
character,
So next up is Dirty Dancing, the 1980s film that I don't like very much. But I haven't watched it in like 20, 30 years, so we'll see how I like it now. All right, so directed by some unknown guy, Emil R. Delaney. Anyways, all right, so if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Think about subscribing. We got another 79 films to do, and should be fun. All right, bye for now, and you have a great night.
Bye.